Welcome to Talking Technology with VI Labs. At VI Labs, we believe technology is the single greatest enabler for people with sight loss and all disabilities. If you're looking for the latest news and conversation on tech from a more accessible perspective, you've come to the right place.
You have indeed. Happy Christmas, everybody, and welcome in to the Christmas special of Talking Technology with VI Labs. It's our final podcast for 2025. Can you believe it? We have done, believe it or not, we've done a total of 30 podcasts throughout the year, including this Christmas special. So we really hope that you've found it of value over the course of the year. It really has been fun to put these together for you. And whether you've listened just to the podcasts or you've also been reading Tech on Tap, it really has been great to have you along for the ride. So thank you so much for that. And this podcast, it's no different. We are going to have a great podcast for you over the next half an hour or so. It's going to be a little shorter than our regular podcasts because, hey, you've got Christmas dinners to make and things to sort under the tree. I hope you have your tree up by this point, but I'm sure you do. But regardless of what you're doing over the next little bit, it's Christmas Eve as we publish this, so it might be Christmas Eve by the time you're listening to us. So preparations, I'm sure, well underway, and we're going to be with you with loads of great content over the next half an hour or so. We are going to be checking in and getting all the details of some Christmas movies that you can watch on your streaming services and what's on television over the Christmas period. There's some great stuff on. And we might, maybe, I say this every year, and he always does seem to deliver in fairness, we're going to be checking in with Santa Claus later on in the show as well, so you won't want to miss that. So either way, you know, maybe sit back, relax, get some biscuits. You probably have the biscuits in the house at this point. Get a drink, maybe alcoholic, that's up to yourself, and sit back, relax and enjoy this Christmas special of Talking Technology. And hey, while you are relaxing and celebrating, why not send us a voice note or an email to catch up and keep us in the loop with what you're doing for your Christmas plans, or maybe do tell us what you get from Mr. Santa Claus himself. Are you going to be getting some Christmas techie goodies? We'd love to hear about it, and there's loads of ways that you can get in touch. So if you would like to join the conversation, there are loads of ways that you can do so. You can send us an email if you'd like. It's a good festive tradition that we love to receive your emails. So you can get us at content@vi.ie. That's content@vi.ie. Or if you would like to send us a festive WhatsApp voice note, we'd love to hear that too. You can send that to 086 199 0011. That's 086 199 0011. Remember, a voice note is not a call. You want to use the voice message button. It's labelled with voiceover at the bottom right of the WhatsApp chat screen. So 086 199 0011. And I wonder, you know, who knows? Maybe Santa would even send us a voice note once in a blue moon. Who knows? But there you go. And to join me to chat about all things Christmas and all things festive and snow and Christmas crackers and Christmas jokes, it's Mr. Joe Lonigan. Joe, how are you?
I'm good, David. How are you keeping?
I'm good, Joe. Ready for Christmas. Today is my last day in the building, Joe, which is great.
Well, that's always good to get out of the building for Christmas and spend time with your family, and refresh the batteries for 2026.
Absolutely, and we'll have lots of exciting stuff coming in 2026. We'll touch on that later as well. But you doing anything exciting or nice for the Christmas, Joe?
Well, I have two kids, so that'll keep me really busy, and there's loads of stuff on the way. Santa will be good to him as usual, so that'll keep me busy and them busy. And we're going to go out on Christmas Day for dinner this year, so we're going to have dinner in a hotel, believe it or not. So that'll be a change for and so we're going to see how that goes. And I imagine it'll be a great atmosphere, and there'll be carol singing there and some music playing afterwards, and might even squeeze in one or two drinks but
That's
responsibly,
right.
of course.
Of course. And do you know, I've never done that before or even considered it really, going out for, a Christmas kind of meal in a hotel or anything like that. But as you said, I'd imagine there'd be great atmosphere, do you know?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I've been told it's great. So we said we'd give it a go, just for 1 year, and sure, if we like it, we might do it again.
Absolutely. I've always heard, funny enough, the atmosphere, I know it sounds like a horrible situation to be in, but I've been told that, obviously nobody wants to be in hospital on Christmas Day, but for those who are, they really do put in the effort there to make it as nice a day as possible where possible, do you know?
Yeah, I would imagine so. I'd hope so, and I feel sorry for anyone that has to be away from their family or in the hospital on Christmas Day, especially now with the influenza pandemic going around and stuff. But they do try their very best to make it a special occasion for people in the hospital as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're taking it easy this Christmas. We're sticking at home, as we often do indeed. Just taking it easy. And as you said earlier on, taking that time to recharge batteries and get ready for what will hopefully be an exciting 2026, Joe. And on that note, I guess before we get to 2026, there's loads of things that you can do over the Christmas break if you're on holidays from work or you're just taking it easy. There's loads of things that you can do. There's loads of Christmassy movies that are available with audio description this year, as there is every year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, Christmas movies. I suppose it's the one time that people have. Everybody has time off at Christmas. Almost everybody, and you might get the opportunity to sit down and watch a movie, and hopefully with your family. Christmas is supposed to be a family time. There is some great family movies out there as well, as we'll cover. I suppose one I'd mentioned that I do like to watch every year. It's becoming a tradition at this stage. Is The Grinch, and it is a great. Movie always has audio description and it gives a good Christmas message in the end. So yeah,
you're not
that's
a Grinch
one
yourself now, Joe. Just to clarify.
Times I can be a bit of a Grinch, but
Okay,
no, not. I've pulled out. I've turned it around. I'm going in the good direction at the moment.
Small steps, isn't it?
Yeah, small steps.
Very good. And do you know, I was looking, and do you know, it's crazy to think that the movie has been out so long. It's been out since 2013, but one movie that is debatably a Christmas movie would be Frozen. Is out 12 years this year, which is wild to think about. But it does have audio description on Disney Plus for both Frozen 1 and 2. And I have never seen it, so maybe that's one I have to put on my list, Joe.
Yeah, well, anything that has a snowman called Olaf in it, I'd recommend. It is probably going to be a Christmas movie to me. So I did go last year to the panto called Freezing. It was from Al Porter, believe it or not. So I think he has a different one this year. But yeah, he had a panto and kind of based on the story of Frozen, but named Freezing for copyright reasons,
Yes,
believe it or not.
Very
but it was
creative,
very funny.
Reasons there.
Yeah, very funny. So yeah, in my opinion, it is a Christmas movie.
Absolutely. Well, we'll take it as a Christmas movie. I must say, I do love going to the panto. We have two kind of prestigious pantos here in Cork. One in the Everyman Theatre and one in the Cork Opera House. Both are supposedly fantastic. So I have my tickets booked for one already. And I hope to get to go and see both of them over the Christmas period. And interestingly, Cinderella, which is the panto at the Everyman here in Cork, is going to have audio description on the 4th of January, which is really cool.
That's fantastic, David.
So yeah.
That's actually great to hear. A local enough one to you have an audio description. So yeah, that's brilliant.
It's always worth looking around to see what is on with audio description. There's some great stuff there as well for people. If you go to the Arts and Disabilities Ireland website, they do tend to keep track of some of the audio described theatre and stuff like that that's going on around the country. So that is definitely worth a look. But there are other movies as well, Joe, with audio description. It's not just The Grinch or Frozen.
No, there is a few other movies. I suppose, look, you have all the classics. Like, I mean, I've been repeating myself from the last podcast, all the Home Alones and stuff like that. And yeah, Die Hard. I don't know how you can call it a Christmas movie just because the action is all around Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie. But
I mean,
the other one,
we've already settled on Frozen, so we might as well call Die Hard a Christmas movie.
Well, Frozen has lots of ice and snow, and we'll give that a bit more credit, Okay. So, but anyway, yeah. But there's one called Last Christmas for anyone that's interested in George Michael, or I know there's loads of George Michael fans and Wham fans out there. So all the audio in the background is to do with Wham and stuff like that. So I think that's one worth watching if you're into George Michael, and it's kind of a romantic drama as well. So it's based in London, and it's quite funny kind of black comedy stuff as well. So that's quite good for anyone who's into that kind of thing. And I don't really have anything else on my short list as regard movies, but there's loads to watch over the Christmas.
Absolutely, and a few bits on television as well. We won't. It's going to, by the time this podcast is out, this will have already aired, but it often these things end up being repeated. There was a really cool show that you were telling me about on BBC Four, Joe.
Yeah, BBC Four on the 22nd. It's called The Read, and The Read means it's like a read along. So they have a famous actor that this is the second series of it actually. They have a famous actor that will read a novel or a famous story. So this year it's going to be A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and they'll go through the famous parts of London or wherever it was set, and it's kind of an enchanted story read along. So cool. And it's by Anne-Marie Duff as well. So one of the actors from Bad Sisters, that's going to make her more famous, being in that famous Apple TV Plus series. Yes, great show, absolutely brilliant actually. But so she's doing the read along this year, and the program's called The Read. The Read by and A Christmas Carol is the name of the book they're going to do. So I think if you can find that on repeat somewhere over the Christmas, keep an eye on it. I think they have clips of it on YouTube as well if anyone's interested.
Super stuff. I've heard about, I've never read the Harry Potter books, but, and again, I'm veering away from Christmas here now slightly, but I've heard great things. They released a kind of immersive narration of at least some of the Harry Potter books on Audible there recently, with a load of big actors and such, and it's not Irish or anything like that, or it's not even festive, but I know that some from different book clubs that we have around Vision Ireland and stuff like that have been big fans of this new immersive reading of the Harry Potter book. So it sounds really cool. And it's great to know that there is still some fantastic audio content out there, especially for people with vision impairments, that the demand is there, that we can actually have some really immersive audio experiences, which is great,
Yeah, I think immersive reading is the way forward. It does include everybody as well, and it can be good for anyone that's sighted and vision impaired. I think it's a great way of watching TVs or enjoying even, I suppose, the storyline of a book.
Absolutely. So, Joe, that is our Christmas movies and stuff like that with audio description. Are we missing anything else on television? Marty Whelan there, he's got a show coming up. He might not be getting his Eurovision paycheck next year, but he is getting a Christmassy themed paycheck for a show on RTE there. Yeah, I noticed that Ireland are not going to be showing the Eurovision, so if you enjoy Marty Whelan, you won't be able to see him on that. But if you do want to watch him presenting something else to do with music, there is a show called A Christmas in Kildare, and it's to celebrate St. Bridget. But they also have loads of Irish artists, Sonna Celine Byrne, Lisa Hannigan, Bell Swan, that kind of thing. So a good night of music to enjoy for Christmas Eve, and a lot of Irish artists, so kind of celebrating Irish music and celebrating St. Bridget, who is actually, we have a new bank holiday actually for St. Bridget now. So the celebration continues. And another one then, if you're into cooking or cookery programs, I suppose it's the Great British Bake Off Celebrity Edition, and this will include all of
EastEnders, Coronation Street, and Emmerdale. So I need some of the actors from that will be in the Great British Bake Off, and I know we have lots of soap fans that listen to us here as well. So if you're into that, there you go. Anyone that's into cookery programs are really enjoyable to watch. They can be very therapeutic to watch, believe it or not, for a lot of people. So I suppose if anyone's into their smart kitchen stuff as well, you can practice using it afterwards.
Absolutely. I was getting concerned for a second there, Joe. I thought you were going to say that we had an interview lined up with St. Bridget, and I was getting a bit concerned. I was like, I'm good, but I'm not that good.
Yeah, not that good.
Not that good. So yeah, loads there on the television and on the streaming service over the Christmas period. What are your kind of, you're heading out to the hotel, Joe. Are you a fan of the more traditional Christmas dinner, the turkey stuffing, Brussels sprouts? What will be on the Christmas plate for yourself?
Yeah, I actually love the traditional Christmas dinner. I know some people aren't a big fan of turkey, but I love turkey actually, and I love ham and stuff. And you make me hungry talking about this now, David. Yeah, I love all the trimmings with it and dessert. And by the time it's all over, you're nearly ready to fall asleep. But I'll have to get a few drinks and keep going. So I think it will. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I do. I love Christmas dinner, and it's probably the highlight of the day, really.
I do agree. I definitely ditch the Brussels sprouts, not for me. But like the turkey, ham, stuffing. They do some lovely stuffing. I know you're going to say, "Oh my God," now, but they do this lovely stuffing that you can pick up in Aldi over the Christmas. It's kind of like it's sweet enough. It's kind of a marinated kind of sweet kind of stuffing, but oh my goodness, it's lovely. I know that's not very descriptive now, but something about it goes with the turkey and ham really well,
And you'll be eating sandwiches then for the next 2 or 3 days afterwards, David. So
absolutely,
can't be wasting it. Can't be wasting the food.
Absolutely. And speaking of food, and someone who loves his food, it's time to try and check in with the man in the North Pole himself, Mr. Santa Claus. Joe, have you been all good this year?
Well, most of the time. Well, hopefully he didn't find out when I was bad, but I'm hoping to be on the
He's
the
got
good
eyes
list.
everywhere now, Joe. He's got, birds are watching there all the time. So you've got to be careful. But let's check in there. Santa, are you there? Santa, is that you? Hello, Santa.
Oh, yes, David. I remember you, David. You're the lovely young man I spoke to last year. Aren't you from Cork, David?
I am from Cork, Santa, yes. And Santa, tell me, how are things at the North Pole?
David, they're cold. They're cold. This global warming is a bit of a nightmare, David.
Is it?
And, it is, David. And I was actually speaking with Mrs Claus about this during the year, David. And we're thinking that maybe we'll move to Cork ourselves.
Oh, well, listen, I would highly recommend it.
We might call it the South Pole. What would you think, David?
There you go. Well, we've got the South Mall.
Sandy in the South Pole.
Indeed, we've already got the South Mall, so, you could just take over, it's all the South Pole, sure.
Absolutely, David. And the only thing about it, David, is we'll have to get the All-Ireland Cup there for next year so that I can make it part of my formal presentation. I was in Croke Park again with my red and white, but sure, what harm, David? We'll skip merrily along. And how are you?
I'm good. And tell me, Santa, how are the reindeer doing this year?
They're all brilliant. This time of the year, David, they love it. They're all excited. And David,
yes?
They're really motivated this year because, you see, up to now, David, for the past 20 years or so, I haven't been as involved with the reindeers because between the reindeers and the elves. They've been doing all of the opening of the letters and the packaging of the packages and the presents for all the girls and boys. But
Yes.
didn't I attend labs recently, David, about March or April, and they presented me with a pair of Meta smart glasses.
Oh, wow,
So now
Santa.
I'm in among the reindeers and I'm in among the elves, David, and it's very exciting this year because I'm reading the letters with my Meta glasses from all the girls and boys.
Good man.
And I look quite smart with them, David.
I mean, look, you've got the big sack and the Meta glasses. I'm sure it suits you with the beard and all.
It doesn't, David. I was very excited earlier when I got them. We normally we hibernate really from early in the spring until the summer. But when I got the glasses, I had to find out, David. And when Mrs Claus wasn't expecting it, I said, "Hey, Meta, how does Mrs Claus look?" And it said to me in a very good American accent. Now, David, I was slightly disappointed it wasn't a Cork accent.
Sure.
But it said to me, "Mrs Claus looks as fresh and young as she did when first he danced in the snow all those years ago." And then, David, I made so bold. And I had a photograph of myself and I said, "Hey, Meta, take a look. What does Santa look like?" They said Wi-Fi disconnection.
Oh, no.
What does that mean, David?
Well, what that means, Santa, is that...
Broken connection, it said.
Broken connection. That's not good,
Broken
Santa.
connection.
Yes, that's not good.
In what way?
I think, do you know what we'll do? We'll have to get the elves to take a look at that for you, I think.
Oh, yes, the magical elf. Yes.
Indeed.
They're moving all over the place, and that's another good thing now, David. You see, I can make them work harder because if I don't hear the sound of industry, if I don't hear them working hard, I'll say, "Hey, Meta, take a look. Where's that elf?" And they'll tell me, they'll say, "He's over under the chair asleep."
Goodness, so that's
the
not
Meta
good.
glasses. They have the elves working very hard now. So
They've been a
really
game
good.
changer for you, so Santa. That's excellent
Game
stuff.
changer. And do you know what, David? I was very encouraged, and maybe it's a result of all of the hard work that's going on with labs. But we've had a fair few requests to include the Meta glasses in the stockings of the younger kids in Ireland with a visual impairment this year, which is brilliant. So the labs team will have plenty of work in January. I'll be
good.
asleep and they'll be working.
I'm sure. Now, Santa, I need to ask, for those of us, of course, working on the podcast here, the big question we have for myself, Joe and Daniel, are we on the nice list this year, Santa?
Oh, I have good news to report, David. I have great news to report. Mrs. Dunn, she sent me a certain letter last year.
Yes, we spoke about this.
But I got an email and I have good things to report. Mr. Dunn has been alive, well and punctual and home early every night this year. He remains on the good list.
Okay, that's good. And what about Joe then, Santa?
Well, now, David, as I reported earlier, we were thinking about moving with the global warming and everything. We were thinking about moving to Cork into the South Pole, and so we did a bit of research. We did a check this year that happened to coincide with the All Ireland Hurling Final. So with my red and white garb, I went and. Tipperary, they let us into a false sense of security.
Okay.
And we thought we'd have a double celebration in Cork. Santi moving and Liam McCarthy arriving, coming home as such. But Tipperary, I think they tied our our laces together in our boots or something. But so Tipperary isn't my hottest spot this year.
Okay.
I think I'll go straight from Mitchelstown to Moneygall, to the Barack Obama Plaza.
Okay, we're taking a detour there. Fair enough.
Well, we can't go. We have to go to the Barack Obama Plaza, David. Because Rudolph won't go to the Trump Plaza. He says that Trump's nose is the only nose that's brighter than his. So we can't go to the Trump Plaza. So we're going to bypass everything. We're going to go from Mitchelstown to Moneygall, but we will drop the presents for the boys and girls in between in Tipperary. We won't be delaying there though.
Good. Now tell me, the last thing then, Santa, what message would you have for all the boys and girls listening to the podcast right now?
Well, David, it's like this now. My advice would be, whatever technology you get, use it and use it well, because it's there to help you. Because like most of the boys and girls listening, I too have a vision impairment, so I know the value of the technology, and I've seen the value of the technology this year with the Meta glasses. What a difference they've made, David. What a difference they've made. So I would say to all the boys and girls, I'm quite open to whatever technologies you request, and when you get the technologies, contact your local labs trainer. Give them plenty of work, David, because while I'm asleep in January, I'm hoping that they'll all be working very hard to help the boys and girls who have been very good. I've been monitoring them. They've all been very good. Elaine and Valencolly, she's been particularly good.
Okay.
And keep going as you're going, and we'll see you next year. And you never know. If the property prices allow it, we might just afford to be able to spend longer in Cork next year in our newly designated South Pole. Ho, ho, ho!
And there you have it, Santa. Always great to have Mr. Claus himself on Talking Technology. I always wonder, Joe, where does Mrs. Claus be when Santa is speaking to us? Or does she even go with him on his big trip around the world every year? We don't get the finer details there, you know?
I don't know, but behind any great man, there's always a great woman. So she doesn't get all the limelight like the man himself, but she's there, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Understated, but very important, no doubt. So, Joe, that leaves us then, before we wrap up, we need to check in. What was your highlight and lowlight of 2025? And what are you looking forward to into 2026?
Okay, yeah. Low light, I could say, Clyde coming to Ireland and not coming to Ireland. So they made a big hula and fuss about coming here, and which it all sounded really great. And they had I suppose they had a big day in the wayfinding centre where they showed how the development was going, and they let people use Glide and I suppose see how it works, like claiming that it could replace some of your the mobility aids you already use. But then not too long after, I'd say few weeks later, it was announced that it won't be coming to Ireland and won't be going to the EU actually. And possibly will be coming to the UK. So then you have people talking about the black market of Glide and stuff like that. So that was all very weird and didn't go down well in my head. So that was my disappointment of 2025. My highlight then, I suppose, was the Meta glasses. They were a real star, and they had people talking and saying that they were the next best thing since the iPhone came out. I suppose that the Meta AI came into Ireland. It was blocked for a long time, and people were using VPNs and all this kind of stuff. But then it actually started to work all of a sudden. People started buying glasses in Brown Thomas and all these kind of places and trying them out. So if anyone doesn't know the Meta AI Ray-Ban glasses, I know they're made by Oakley now as well and stuff. But they have AI built into them and a little camera in the corner, and you can say, "Hey Meta, take a look," and it'll describe the scene around you. And it'll also summarize a letter for you if you hold a letter up in front of it. So that was amazing. And then I suppose they don't have magnification or anything like that, but you can put in prescriptive lenses in them and stuff like that. So that was my highlight, David.
Yeah, do you know what? I do wonder still about Glide. I'm still hopeful that Glide can have some decent level of impact. I don't think we're going to hear much more in 2026. Maybe I'm being overly pessimistic. No. But I genuinely hope that we see good things from them, because, like, to be fair to Glide, when I have tried it, I've seen quite a lot of improvement. When they had it at the Wayfinding Centre there, which I think was a great day, by the way. I think it was a fantastic experience at the Wayfinding Centre. And then I got to try it very briefly again at Site Village in London. And I am seeing continuous improvement. And I do think, in fairness to Amos Miller, who's behind that there, I do have high hopes. And, they're saying it's not coming to Europe, at least for now. But I do genuinely believe that we can hopefully get there. But it is going to be a fascinating one to watch into 2026. And as you say there, for the Meta glasses, I mean, all exciting stuff to come with those. In the next year or so, when we start to see features like tools like seeing AI and such on the glasses, and that whatever that new navigation thing is from Humanware that we don't know a huge amount about yet. I think there's some really exciting stuff ahead of us, which is really promising.
Yeah, I think so. In 2026, I suppose that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most, to see what kind of developments will come with Meta AI and what kind of developers will jump on board as well. We've already heard a story about seeing AI. They're going to, which makes sense, of course, because you're using a 12 megapixel camera to take pictures of text. Seeing AI is really, you can imagine, it's really going to work, and your hands are going to be free while you use these glasses. That's one of the big advantages of it. So you'll be able to hold a piece of paper and take a picture of it and get a really good description and possibly save the document and stuff. There's going to be many advantages of using the likes of seeing AI. And we've heard of numerous companies thinking about jumping on board, and rumours and all that stuff, but we can't really talk about them until they happen. That's one of the big things I'm looking forward to in 2026, as well as I think robot vacuums are going to take a step up as well. Yeah. I think likes of their navigation systems and all are getting better the whole time, and I've also read lots of stories about Roborock have robot vacuum now that has a little arm on it, so it can pick up socks and things and put them in the corner or a designated area for you. Yeah. So I know, look, that's probably one of the biggest things with these kind of robot vacuums is people leave things down, they get clogged up, creates more work for you trying to unclog the vacuum and stuff. But with the better navigation, better cameras, LiDAR, little arms coming out of them, all this kind of stuff, mopping systems, I think robot vacs, that's something to watch out for in 2026 as well.
Anything to make life easier. I think as we were recording this podcast, the news started to break that iRobot, who of course made the Roomba, that has been very popular in the past, that they filed for bankruptcy, or at least intend to file for bankruptcy. And their manufacturing partner intends to acquire the entire company. That's always interesting just to observe kind of how things play out in these different spaces. But I think it is only a matter of time before some company does really crack that space, because it has so many advantages, especially I think in houses where there's a bit of space for the device to move on its own. I think there's a lot of advantages for devices like the Roborocks and the iRobot Roombas and all of these kind of things. It's definitely an exciting one,
It's just a great product for anyone that has vision impairment. There's nothing more painful to me than hoovering, and hoovering, look, you can go over all the space and stuff, but then sucking up things you don't want to suck up, it can be a bit annoying, to say the least, because you're trying to declog stuff. I suppose you learn a lot about hoovers, all right, and the different parts and how they work, but none of us want to know all that. So sure. You can't beat having a job done for you like that, an automatic kind of a job. But all these robot hoovers are some of the best ones are made by Chinese companies like Xiaomi, Roborock, and Dream E, and they've kind of come from the same spot and the same place. And I've found that most of the apps that they use are, I suppose, 90% accessible apart from the visual maps. But to start them and stop them and set schedules, all that piece is accessible. And also some of them have voice assistants built in. For example, the Roborock ones have a voice assistant called Hey Rocky, and which just sounds kind of cool, but you can say, Hey Rocky, start hoovering the sitting room. And same with the Dream E ones, they have a voice assistant built in as well. And they have cameras, security cameras in them as well, so they can go around your house if you aren't there, and you can check in on them and have a look around, check in on the pets in the house. And if they actually recognise a pet, they can snap a picture and send it back to you on your phone, and you can check if the pooch at home is all right.
Yep, amazing stuff. I do wonder, are we going to have, whether it's 2026 or 2027, a year where we just see actual robot technology just take a leap forward? Because right now, it's working fine at, a handful of very specific things, like, hoovering the floor or whatever the case may be. But when are we going to see it start to do more around the house? That's when I'm really excited to see what that brings. And the final thing for me that I'm excited for, and I think, we're not necessarily going to see it in 2026, in Ireland at least, but the continued development of self-driving cars, I think, is really exciting. We've seen great developments from companies like Waymo, which of course is owned by Google. There's one there, I think, owned by Amazon called Zoox, that is really, really promising, and those are starting to do more and more trials over in the States now and becoming more and more common. Which is very exciting. And Zoox there apparently as well, working with the American blindness organization, the ACB, the American Council for the Blind there, which is always great to see partnerships like that, because I think people are starting to recognize the potential for future technology like this,
Oh yeah, I mean, I just want to know, how are they going to avoid all the cows on rural roads and stuff like that, David? That's going to be that's the big question.
And I wonder what happens if they see Santa's sleigh, Joe. How do they respond to that? That probably wasn't in the training data.
No, it wasn't in the pictures or the plan. So that's going to be an interesting one. But I think I might be an old man before I have to worry about it. Unfortunately,
you never know. You never know. You're a young, youthful lad yet, Joe, as we both are. But there you go. I guess that, folks, is our podcast Christmas special. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for listening as well to all of the podcasts over 2025. As I say, we produced 30 podcasts, not including some of the extra stuff on the YouTube channel. So thank you so much, whether you've been listening since the beginning of the year or whether you've dipped in and out throughout the year. We really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. We will have loads to come in 2026. We've got, we're already taking sign-ups for some of the talks and courses for 2026. We delivered 86 of those unique courses in 2025, and we'll have many more to share with you in 2026. Do go and check out the upcoming events section of vi.ie. We'd love to see you involved in some of those, and do be sure to keep an eye out and subscribe to Tech on Tap and all of those for more in 2026. We've got some really exciting stuff that we can't exactly talk too much about yet. We've started to share a little bit of news about projects like Vera and Savvy, but we can't go into the finer details of those just yet. But we have some really exciting stuff coming in the first half of 2026. So do be sure to stay tuned for all of that. But for now, from Joe, myself, the entire VI Labs team, and everyone here at Vision Ireland, thank you so much for listening. Have a very happy Christmas. We're open again on the 5th of January, and we will see you then for more episodes of Talking Technology with VI Labs. But for now, have a great Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thanks for listening to the Talking Technology podcast with VI Labs. If you'd like to support our show, please visit vi.ie/donate. Talking Technology is proudly sponsored by IA Labs, the market leader in digital accessibility services. IA Labs. Digital inclusion, your legal obligation.